It's that time again where I tell you honestly what I thought of all the cozy games I've played recently. And it's been a while since I've done one of these, so we have a lot of games that I have to catch you up on. And if you're new here, I'm Min. Welcome to my channel. Please consider subscribing if you like cozy gaming videos. I appreciate it. And let's get right into it. Starting with Locomoto. I was previously sponsored by Locomoto. This is not sponsored right here. But either way, I tell you my honest thoughts about every game. After I took my first look and did that stream that was sponsored, and then I continued playing. And I actually ended up finishing the main story of the game. I didn't finish like every side quest or anything, but I could still go in and play. I played this one on my Nintendo Switch 2, and if you haven't heard of it, it's essentially a train management game where you go around and you do quests for all these quirky characters. They're all animal creatures and they're super cute. You'll also work on solving the main storyline, which is to save Baron Pine from environmental disaster. You can also decorate your train, craft things for your train, serve food on your train. It's very, very chill. It's very easy. All the quests are easy. So although it's a fetch questy game, it doesn't feel like a headache because it's so easy to play. You will also get to create your own character. I got to create a strawberry cow. Like, that is how customizable your character is, and I love it. But overall, I ended up loving this game so much. And I didn't really expect that. I mean, I had wanted to play it before I got sponsored, but I just didn't pick it up, and I'm really glad that I was because I ended up loving this. The map is much bigger than I expected, and it grows even bigger the more that you play, and it was just really relaxing. Such an easy game to play while I was watching TV or right before bed if I only have a few minutes. So I definitely recommend Locomoto, and I'm so glad I had the chance to try it. The next game was gifted, and it is called Ashwood Valley. I think this one is only on Nintendo Switch, which is interesting. I played this one on my Switch too. Graphically, it's cute, and it has a cute pastel color palette, which I love. It's also pixel art. The pixel art is really adorable. But the premise of this game feels a bit empty. I only played it for like an hour or so, and it just felt a bit bare. If you want to see footage from this one, I actually have the gameplay in a video called Trying Questionable Cozy Games on the Nintendo Switch, so you can check it out. The game just wasn't engaging, and it wasn't very memorable to me at all. Like, I was trying to remember, what do I even do in this game? It's something about finding and feeding animals and like finding your brother, and I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I don't recommend it. But I might not be the best judge based on how much I played. Pretty Princess Party is the next one. I bought this one myself pretty soon after I got my Nintendo Switch 2. I don't know. I just bought this, and the game is a little bit dumb, but I genuinely enjoyed what I played of it. You fall down a rabbit hole, and now you have to decorate rooms to be able to leave, and it's kind of like Happy Home Paradise decorating, but it's obviously not as good. But I do recommend it, honestly, because it's kind of fun to play. If you get this on a sale, it's fun to just decorate the rooms, and it's very quirky and silly, and you don't have to take it very seriously. So honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I haven't played any of the other games from this series though. Next up is Spilled. I really enjoyed Spilled. It's super chill. We played this for one of the side quests on our Cozy Gaming podcast. If you haven't listened to it, you should. It is super easy to 100%. I love 100%ing a game whenever I get the chance, so I was sure to do that. It's simple, relaxing, it's cute. You are driving a boat around, you open up more and more areas as you go, you clean up the oil spills, you save cute little animals, you collect little trash things and get money, and you get upgrades and things like that. We talk about it on the podcast if you want to hear more, but it's a very short game, and I do recommend it. And it is coming to Switch soon, but I played it on Steam and I really liked it. Into the Emberlands. This one's an interesting one. I also bought this one myself, and it is a very addicting game, which I wasn't expecting because I remember playing this during a Steam Next Fest and not really liking it. When I was forced to play it for our Game of the Month on our podcast, I realized that putting more time into it, I did end up liking it. So you set out to save villagers from the miasma in order to rebuild your village, and every time that you venture out of the village, you have a certain amount of steps allotted to you that you need to use, and you need to use them wisely to gather different resources and to be able to reach the villagers. By collecting wood, stone, and villagers, you can build back buildings that are in the village. village. So you need those different things to check off the checklists of your quests. And the more you level up the village, the more perks you gain when you go back out adventuring in the miasma. And when out adventuring, you can also find like chickens and other critters along the way. They can help you essentially. They can help you get more steps to go farther. They can help you get more resources or items that you need to give to another. So there's a lot to the game. You can die in this game and it can be frustrating because you lose all your resources and everything in your backpack and you might have been one item away. But when you restart, you are on the same level. You don't lose your whole village or progress. You just lose like all the progress towards the quests you were working on. So I do recommend this game and I think it's really fun and it's not mindless though. Like you can't really play this while watching TV because you have to like do a lot of thoughtful logic while you're deciding how to get around, but it is very fun. I did like it more than I thought I would. Research Story was gifted to me. I actually have a full video reviewing this game, my first 10 hours if you want to check it out, and I have a few streams up, so please check those videos out for a lot more details than what I'm going to give you here. Research Story is a unique farming sim where you enter town as a researcher. You can romance, attend festivals, fish, mine, and more. But the main premise is to fill the archive with all of your research findings. And I found that this game was very unique and interesting, but it sometimes felt like I was just lacking this like addictive gameplay loop that like was keeping me invested in the game, if that makes sense. I just felt like there was that little something missing, but it was not a bad game at all. It was actually very unique. It had a lot of concepts I hadn't really seen. It had puzzles, it had all sorts of really cool stuff, and it doesn't feel like your typical farming sim. I do not think this is a bad game. It just wasn't really sticking with me and keeping me playing. And yeah, check out my full review if you want to determine a little bit more if this game is for you or not. I would recommend it to people who want something that feels a little different, but is a bit slower than a typical farming game. Pokemon Friends, the key, and all the paid DLC was actually gifted to me by Nintendo for review, so I guess that's what we're doing. And I played this on Nintendo Switch too. This game is also on mobile if you want to start it for free and see what you think of it, and then maybe pick it up on Switch. The puzzles are super fun in this game. They start out very, very easy, and then they get harder the more that you level up. I really enjoyed the puzzles. Once you do your daily puzzles, and you can do a lot of daily puzzles if you have the paid DLC, but once you do the daily puzzles, you can get yarn from that, and you put this yarn into a machine, and then you get a Pokemon plushie. You can then use the plushies to decorate in several different rooms, and there are also quests where people request certain Pokemon plush, and if you do complete the requests, you will get more stamps for your calendar or items to decorate with. You have a daily calendar because this game wants you to play daily, which is like that mobile game element of it. But when you're playing it on Switch, it also wants you to come check into the game each day for just a little bit. And it is kind of fun, and I was checking into it daily for quite a while, but then I kind of fell off of it, and it's not because the game is bad, it's just because it's one of those games where it's easy to fall off of, and I didn't pay for it myself, so I don't feel like I need to. But I feel like if you bought this and all the DLC, you must really love and be obsessed with this game or Pokemon. And yeah, I don't know. So I think it's really cute and fun, but it's not like a game you're going to be playing for hours and hours on end. It's kind of like jump in, check in. So it might be good for people if they want something like that. I do recommend it though. It was really fun, but I feel like I'm falling off of it a little bit. And I especially do recommend checking it out on the mobile app too. Tales of the Shire. Let me just say that Tales of the Shire was not as bad as I thought it would be, and I bought this game myself. It does feel like it was a bit of wasted potential though, and it could have been something much bigger, but it is a cute, relaxing game with fishing, gardening, foraging, and cooking. It is decorating, it has a main storyline where you run around, you do quests, and the performance seemed to really differ from console to console with this game, which is a big issue because it makes it really hard to recommend this one. Honestly, I enjoyed what I played, but the game does have issues. Obviously, the performance, The characters are kind of ugly with their eyeliner, and there's like a bunch of little things along the way. The pacing of the game is a little odd, but overall the game is still fun and enjoyable and cute. And if you want to hear my full thoughts, I also have a full video on this game after I completed the main story, so definitely check that out. The consensus is that I would recommend picking up Tales of the Shire on a sale if you're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, or if you just have been dying to check it out and want something cozy and mindless. Depending on when this video comes out, the game hasn't been out yet, but I've played several hours of the full game. I also have a full video on my thoughts of this game, my first 10 hours, so definitely check that out. It is called Discounty. I am absolutely loving this game. This is such a refreshing and fun game that I'm just feeling so immersed in. I have so much trouble not playing another day. Like, I just love the gameplay. The lore goes deep in this game, and the gameplay is fun. You run your aunt's supermarket in Blomkest, and along the way, you're going to discover loads of interesting and suspicious things are happening around town. The game has a lot of narrative elements, a lot of dialogue to read, and it's important to read it. And it is not a full life sim with romance, but rather this is a story game with a shop sim element, and it feels like a life sim. So definitely check out my first video on this, and I'm hoping to have another video out on this game soon, so stay tuned and subscribe. But this is a definite recommendation from me. Gemporium was also gifted to me, and I feel like I am I'm just like in the best spot right now with games. Like, I loved Gemporium. I'm so happy to be like, hey, I really liked a lot of games this past couple months, or this past whatever. I'm very, very glad I gave this game a chance, because it's certainly become one of my favorites of the year. And I still need to finish it. I've just been hopping around in a lot of games lately, but it is so much fun. This is a mining shop simulator, and each day you'll mine, clean gems, and then you're gonna sell them to earn as much money as possible. You'll work to pay off a loan that you didn't know you had, and you aren't really even responsible for this loan, but you're paying it off. It's just so addictive and mindless and fully immerses you into the gameplay loop. It has a cozy mode as well, but I haven't even played it because I like the fast-pacedness that the normal gameplay has. So if you want something a little more laid back, then you can try the cozy mode. Now, it's not great on Steam Deck yet, but I did hear that they are working on that, and I'm hoping that it will have better controller support soon. I'm very excited about that, and I hugely recommend Gemporium. Tiny Bookshop was also gifted to me, and I wasn't sure if I was going to try this one, but I did. And I'm actually really glad I gave this one a chance, because I played this demo during a Steam Next Fest in the past, and I wasn't as impressed with the game as I felt like everyone else was. And I did play a ton of games that day, so maybe I just didn't really, wrap my head around this one. But I was playing on my Steam Deck recently, and I was having a lot of fun with it. It's very cozy, relaxing. I like using the logic and stuff to figure out what book to suggest to people. It's also about suggesting the right books, managing your money, meeting people, helping them with quests around town, collecting seashells for them, traveling from location to location with your bookshop. And it's just very thoughtful in every single mechanic. And I've been really enjoying this one, so I would definitely recommend it. And I feel like I understand the hype now around the game. So yeah, Craft was also gifted to me. And I was really, really excited about this one for a while because I played the Steam Next Fest demo. I was kindly gifted a key, finally checked out the game, and I really like the crafting element in this game the most. I think that's what I liked about it the most. You're in a fantastical world in this game, and you're getting visited by fantasy creatures who commission your crafting services to make weapons, jewelry, stamps, and more. This game is fully voice acted, which is very impressive, and each voice is different and unique and fits the character very well. The game feels like a mix between a narrative game and a crafting game, which I think is exactly what this is. And I will say there is a lot of dialogue that I have skipped through, even with the voice acting, because it's a lot. But I think it just goes to show that I enjoy the crafting element the most with this one. And so that's kind of why I'm playing it. I do feel a little bit disappointed with this one, and I'm not sure how to pinpoint exactly what that is. I just don't feel as excited about the full game as I did after I checked out the demo for the first time. But I do recommend checking out this game, especially if you like crafting elements in games, or if you like, I don't know, the narrative-based story, or you like a lot of fantasy, because it's a really unique and cool game. Cats in cozy rooms. I feel like this is like the most underrated game that I've played recently. It's like a hidden gem, okay? This is such a cute game that came out recently. I bought it myself and it's very affordable. It's like under $5. You decorate rooms for cats. And I was first drawn to it because of the like cluttered art style that it has and how they decorated the rooms and stuff. It's super, super cute. Each of the cats have different preferences for the rooms that you decorate, and you need to work within the guidelines of their likes and dislikes to decorate different rooms. You'll start with smaller rooms, you'll get bigger rooms gradually as you go, and you'll get more items and more decor to use to decorate with. I actually enjoyed this game so much. I literally played the entire game on my stream. So if you want to check it out, I do have some achievements left. I think 4 achievements left that I could do if I want to play this game again. But the game did feel like it was so easy to get 3-star rating, which is the highest rating for each room. And none of my rooms got below that. So I'm either a professional interior designer and I didn't know it, or the game's just a little bit easy. But I loved decorating the rooms. All the items are so cute. The rooms are so cute. And I just really want to play more. I want them to come out with more games like this. And there were Strawberry Cow plushies in the game. So that was amazing. But that's not the only reason I liked it, I swear. So I highly recommend this one. I really liked it. Super affordable and definitely a hidden gem. These are all the games that I've been playing recently. Let me know what games you've been playing recently down below. Are you picking up any of the games I just talked about? Thank you so much to the members of the channel for supporting me in that way. And hopefully I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!